We should be live. Okay, so here, let me quickly share my screen in the background. We'll get to the site questions, and then, as always, we'll get through the free questions as well. Unfortunately, if you guys are looking for Corey, he is actually at the Toronto Maple Leafs versus Anaheim Ducks game. So you're stuck with me for today, but I mean, I'm going to try to get through as many comments as possible. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy, but yeah, I'm still recovering from the hernia. If you guys are unfamiliar, I actually do have an umbilical hernia right now. So today I've just been icing my gut. I've been icing. Well, yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I'd be icing. So appreciate you all hopping in here. We do have all the OGs. We got like Christian. We got Seb. Yeah, we got all the boys in here. So let me share the screen right now. I'll get to the site questions, and then I'll be able to fire away into the chat. So the first one here, again, making sure we are on. Okay, yeah, no team reviews. Perfect. First one from Kid YFS. Appreciate the question. He says, opponent, Purdy, 8-Chan, Kyron, Lamb, Neighbors, Kraft, Tuba. Thanks. So giving some context in terms of what the opponent he's going to have here is. So a quarterback here, he doesn't have an option here at quarterback. I'm assuming he just wants okay. How many can you set in your lineup? Start 7. So I don't know what your quarterback position would look like, but I'm assuming you just want the other positions to be set in a start 7 type of format. So if that's the case here, quarterback, I don't know who your quarterback option is. A running back, my highest rated running back would be Jahmyr Gibbs, followed by, I believe I have James Conner as my RB2 there. So those would be my 2 running backs there. Maybe we work in a Rashad White or Isaiah Pacheco into the flex. We'll see that in a second. Wide receiver here, the clear top options. Again, I'm assuming start 7 leagues. So quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex. So it would be what, 2 flexes here, give or take, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's 1 flex. Okay, maybe I probably just miscounted, but regardless, my top 2 wide receivers that I would have ranked here, it would be, this is actually really close between these 3 options. And in fact, I'm just going to say it now. I know one of these guys is going to be working into the flexes as much as I like Rashad White. We do like those wide receivers. So let me take a look exactly who I have ranked the highest because they're all inside of my top 10. But so we have, who were the options here? Amon-Ra, I believe I have the highest at number 7 overall. I have A.J. Brown at 8. I have Mike Evans at 9. And I have Drake London at 10. Wow, that's a close decision. I mean, Jawan Jennings does play tonight. He's my lowest ranked option, so he'd be the one out of the equation. If it's a 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 1 flex, then I would play obviously all those wide receivers being Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, and Drake London. If you can only start 1 flex there. Unfortunately for Drake London, despite being my wide receiver 10 going into the week, he's just going to be on the bench there because, like I said, A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, and Amon-Ra I have all ranked higher. Then at tight end, you are playing a little bit of risk here within David Njoku. He did not practice again today. That's something I'm going to need to reflect in my rankings. We have TJ Hawkinson playing on Monday night. If Njoku's fully healthy, I would prefer to play David Njoku, but at least you're going to have the context knowing for like when Hawkinson plays, obviously, because he's playing after Njoku, whether Njoku played or not. So I'll say it like this. If Njoku is healthy, I would prefer David Njoku. If he's not healthy, of course, you pivot back to TJ Hawkinson. So appreciate you for the question there, kid. We can move on to the next one here from Peanut Gallery. I really appreciate you guys enjoy the streams before the games. Keep killing it. Yeah, appreciate you for the support. And let me get you a voucher here too. Appreciate you guys. Also here, let me see Kid as well. I'll give you guys some vouchers here because why not? May as well. A Kid does not look like he has an account. Does Peanut Gallery have an account? Peanut Gallery. Does not look like you guys have accounts. Otherwise, I would have sent you some vouchers. By the way, again, appreciate the support. Appreciate the questions. If you guys do want free vouchers, because again, we're on here. And when we answer your super chats, obviously, you will send them through over on the site. We do end up sending some vouchers when we notice some tips. So again, appreciate you for the tip there as well, Peanut Gallery. You say in terms of quarterback here, it's a super flex league. Joe Burrow, obviously, your quarterback 1. I believe, Matthew Stafford ranked higher. Let me take a look exactly where I have these guys just to give you the info. I have Matthew Stafford here at 13, and I have Jordan Love at 16. Seahawks defense been playing some better ball as of late. So I'd go with Matthew Stafford. I really like the game environment for tonight. Must-win game for both teams. And obviously, I think the offenses are going to show out. Running back here, you do have Breece Hall with the handcuff of Braylon Allen, so you could play it that way. For me personally, the highest ranked running back I would have here would be Chuba Hubbard. And then the second highest ranked here, I mean, you got to go. So to say, if it's Breece Hall, I would go with Breece Hall over Kamara. However, it does not sound like Breece Hall is going to be playing. He didn't practice again today with that knee injury. So it would be Alvin Kamara over Braylon Allen if that's your decision there. A wide receiver here. I mean, Puka Nacua going tonight. I mean, that's a slam dunk there. Wide receiver, Tyreek Hill's the other slam dunk. Boom. Tight end here, Tucker Kraft. Yeah, he's going to be the option. And then at flex, obviously, you got those other options there. So really at the flex position, we're really looking between, I mean, you got like Deebo Samuel, Jaden Reed, a little bit volatile options there. Amari Cooper. It's a tough question. Now, I think regardless, a Jets running back is going to be into your flex, whether that is Breece Hall or Braylon Allen. So I'll put Breece Hall in for now. But again, if the report comes he's not suiting up, I would actually play Braylon Allen as the next option there. And in terms of the last decision, I believe I would have Jaden Reed or Amari Cooper my highest, but let me take a look exactly where I have both those guys respectively. So I have Amari Cooper at 38 and I have Jaden Reed at 39. So it's a little bit riskier, I understand. I mean, again, you could also monitor the status. Apparently, there is some snowfall in Buffalo. So if it's hard snowing, maybe you go Jaden Reed in that instance. But I do technically have Amari Cooper ranked higher, so I will put him into that second flex for you. But again, appreciate the support, Peanut Gallery. Good luck this week as well. Nemesis, where Bush back? Yeah, so he's actually at the Toronto Maple Leafs Anaheim Ducks game as of right now. So I will be handling it solo. But again, like I said, once I'm through all of these questions over on the site, I'll make sure I answer as many of the questions on YouTube as possible. So we got another one here from Dylan. Again, appreciate that. It looks like a 12-team start 8 PPR league. Quarterback not decided. I mean, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. When Lamar Jackson's playing, you put Lamar Jackson in. He's my quarterback one on the week. We do have a running back here. A little bit of I mean, you're obviously going with Chuba Hubbard as the RB1. Then it would be between Aaron Jones versus Breece Hall / Braylon. Doesn't sound like Breece Hall is going to be playing, and I would prefer Aaron Jones to Braylon Allen. So I'm going to put Aaron Jones in there. Wide receivers here, I mean, Drake London and Mike Evans are going to be the top two, and I'm assuming in the flex, we're going to be putting in Jordan Addison there. Garendo would be another top option here. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what to make of it. If it was any other team, I'd feel a lot more confident. Yeah, I think I would just start Aaron Jones. I'm more confident in the workload, whereas with Isaac Garendo, obviously we see for San Francisco, for example, we never know exactly what the full clarity is of their injury situations. He is active, but maybe we see some more Patrick Taylor than we like. In the playoffs, I'm just going to be avoiding that type of risk, especially for similar projections. So I'm going to put Mike Evans in here. I'm going to put Drake London in here. Oh, you do have another wide receiver position. Okay, so you can actually play both options here. Mark Andrews. Actually, yeah, I have Mark Andrews higher. And at the flex. So basically the option you're saying is, should I play Garendo tonight or should I potentially wait for Breece Hall and then play Braylon Allen? So okay, that makes a lot more sense because I do see actually, of course, like we mentioned, that there was another wide receiver position. Let me take a look here. So Breece Hall, if he did play, would be in that RB2 type of range. I think, honestly, I just avoid the risk of Breece Hall. Braylon Allen is splitting a backfield 50-50. Garendo is active. Even if he does split some work to Patrick Taylor, we already know that Braylon Allen will split about 50% of the work with Isaiah Davis, whereas there is still the upside that Garendo does get the main job. So I would play Garendo over Braylon Allen. And just for the aesthetic, we got to make sure put Garendo in here, and we put Aaron Jones in the flex, because of course we don't want to be playing your Thursday night players in the flex spot. So appreciate the question as well, Dylan. We've got a trade question here. Was on the most recent DD from Mikey, do I down tier? So you're being offered 2026 early to mid first on Malik Neighbors for Jamar Chase. I love Jamar Chase, but unless you're like the clear-cut number one player in your team in your league and you need that production from Chase, if you're in a situation where you're like, I don't know if you're the context, if you're in the playoffs. I'm trying to recall the team from DD. It was about 2 weeks ago. So if you're in the chat, give some more clarity there. But in terms of where we're at here, unless you're a top one overall contender on your league, I'm more than comfortable taking this Malik Neighbors side. You're insulating that first round pick. Malik Neighbors, from a pure liquidity standpoint, we're talking about an early to mid second round startup pick, whereas Jamar Chase more of a mid first rounder. So banking that first round pick, I'll take every single time in that spot. So give me that side. We go to the next question here. Appreciate that from Joseph. First time using this tool. This league is not Superflex. Okay, so league is not Superflex. Between Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert, they are close in my rankings. You do have a little bit of a caveat with Justin Herbert. He's dealing with, what was it? I believe the knee injury, knee sprain he's dealing with right now. Let me just check the report. I believe it got classified as a knee sprain. Let me check. Yeah, he wasn't practicing again on Wednesday. I'm trying to see if he returned today. Regardless, though, I mean, I do have Patrick Mahomes higher. I think it's a safer projection. You're obviously getting the implied total there. We go with Patrick Mahomes. A running back here, I mean, Chuba Hubbard would be my next rated option, so I would put him in. But it does look like I'd probably get David Montgomery into the flex, depending on who else you have here. Wide receiver, A.J. Brown. Wow, this can be a really tough decision. Oh my God, I just see it now. You're obviously going Kelsey at tight end with Njoku dealing with the injuries, and then you have 2 flex spots here. So let me take a look. So it is a PPR league, so I got to keep that in mind. With that context, Drake London's going to be the first option here. And then it would be between David Montgomery and T. Higgins. T. Higgins, a little bit of a rougher matchup against Tennessee. Could be more of a slugfest type of game. Again, for what it's worth, obviously, we do have, I believe, Brian Callahan, his revenge game there. It's not really that big of a deal. But when we're talking about David Montgomery, you're looking at the game environment there against Buffalo, run funnel defense against Buffalo. You do have Jahmyr Gibbs, so maybe you do lean the wide receiver. And in fact, actually, because you have Jahmyr Gibbs, I don't actually want both pieces of the Lions backfield. So I'll lean that way. But again, if you do want the security, I think David Montgomery is a top 15, top 12 to 15 level projection this week. So if you did want to go with both Lions running backs, I won't blame you. That's not my personal cup of tea. But again, I think David Montgomery versus T. Higgins is close enough where if you want to avoid the volatility of Higgins, you can go with the safety of Montgomery. So that would be the decision there. But I do lean T. Higgins because you have Jahmyr Gibbs. In Flock we trust. Okay, I see you. So Saquon in my late first for the first overall pick with Ashton Genty. Ooh, this feels like a little much at this point of the year, especially knowing that you're probably getting a ton of value for Saquon Barkley. I mean, he's the clear-cut RB1 in fantasy. In terms of an even perspective, I think Genty would probably be the option. But, I mean, at this point of the year, with how Saquon's producing, I think you can get more for Saquon. And, in fact, I would – if it was costing Saquon plus a future 2, that's one thing. But given another mid-first plus Saquon, especially with the advantage that Saquon is giving, feels like a little bit much. So I'll lean the Saquon Barkley side there. A guy that, even despite his age, given the production, I think you have to consider a top 5 option at the running back position in Dynasty. So as much as I love Genty, for the record, you guys know how much I love him. But in 2-week playoffs, down 20 points, half PPR, I think I have enough upside, need floor at the flex. So need floor at the flex. I mean, Rico Dowd is a really good floor option. I think you got to put, oh, wow, you can't even put A.J. Brown in. So I'm personally a lot more concerned about Kamara than the status quo. He does have Jay Kaner starting at quarterback, more of a pass funnel Washington defense. And there's still the opportunity that, I mean, the Washington get up early and just absolutely suffocate the Saints. So, I mean, I would take Kamara out and I would put in Rico Dowdle. I would play it like this, A.J. Brown in the flex, and then I'd play Rico. But if you want to do a Kamara over I can't do him over A.J. If you want to do Kamara over Dowdle, that would be the direction I go. But me personally, I would actually go with Rico Dowdle and A.J. Brown. Rattler might be starting. I got a notification that they're expecting Hainer to start, but let me see. Is it official? Because I thought I saw a report that said they were expecting Hainer to start. Yeah, Kurt Chisel expected Jake Hainer to start. So with that being said, Kamara, I would actually prefer Rico Dowdle. Nuts matchup going up against Carolina. Dallas, obviously the fashion that they lost last week. If you guys do watch the Flock League vlog, you'll know that I was the victim of that Amani Oruwariye muff punt mishap. I don't know what the hell that was. Any other thing happens in that situation, I'm probably at that 5 seed facing Avery this week. But say la vie, man. I just can't get good things going in my life, apparently. But all jokes aside, I would definitely play Rico Dowdle against Carolina over Alvin Kamara, given the workload that he has seen of late. So we have about 10 other questions on the site we'll get to here. First one here from Mello, start 7-12 team PPR. We have Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Yep, that's your option. Yep, looks pretty good there. So you're considered just the tight end option. So I would go with Tucker Kraft here. And me personally, again, you could. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's exactly how I'd said it. So I appreciate you for submitting that through. Jaden Reed with the squeaky wheel game or Jameson Williams. I don't mind the call of Jaden Reed's squeaky wheel. However, with Jameson Williams, his usage as of late has actually been extremely impressive. When you're looking at the first rate target share between him and Amon St. Brown as of late, Amon St. Brown at a 27%, at Jameson Williams at a 24%. So we are seeing a lot more first rate targets from Jameson Williams as of late. So I would actually go with Jameson Williams. But if you're confident, man, and you want to project Jaden Reed to have that bounce back week, I wouldn't blame you because obviously he does have a high ceiling. I just feel a lot more comfortable with Jameson Williams, knowing that he also has a high ceiling, and we have seen a more evident floor as of late. So, Jason Knox, appreciate that. Starts it 1 quarterback, 10 teams, starts 7.5 PPR. So half PPR context, got to keep this in mind. With it being half PPR, ooh, this is a close one. I have all these guys relatively ranked around the same. So in terms of the running back position, I have it Tyrone Tracy at 19, Cook at 22 against a tough Lions matchup. No, she's not really in that equation for me. And then I'd have T. Higgins and La McConkey in that top 15 wide receiver. For me personally, given that it's a half PPR, I do think you got to go with the workload of Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy, a guy that got 26 opportunities last week. Obviously, very tough matchup against Baltimore. However, we did see 10 targets, 5 receptions. So you do have a little bit of a bonus there. Yeah, it's only a half PPR, but just getting him out in space, using that athletic ability, I still personally really like Tyrone Tracy. So that's how I would lean it. I understand that Tyrone Tracy, given the matchup, a little bit more volatile, but in a half PPR setting, that is actually where I would go. So appreciate that. Napacorn here. Appreciate another one here. Running back. So we're going with Josh Jacobs. We're going with David Montgomery. Tony Pollard not practicing today. Another big tidbit to look forward, or not look forward to, but look after. Amon-Ra, I believe Cooper Kupp would be my next option here. Tight end. Oh, these are gross options. I can't believe I'm saying that about Kyle Pitts, but he is indeed a gross option. I have Pitts higher, but I don't feel good about it. You're gonna have to, but I don't feel great. And then at the flex here again, full PPR league, it would be close. Actually, it's not close. I see Cortland Sutton there. I'm putting Cortland Sutton in the lineup. So again, appreciate that. Slush Monkey here. Haul my running back one, but maybe out. Flexes MHJ or Devontae Smith, who might get more targets now with recent drama. So let's just go here. A quarterback. I believe I have Bo Nix hired. Let me take a look. I believe I have Bo Nix slightly higher. Bo Nix at number 9, and I have Baker Mayfield at number 11. So I'd go Bo Nix going up against Indianapolis. Running backs here. You go with Ramondre with one of them, and then you go with one of the Jets running backs as your other. As much as I like Jaylen Warren, I think the projection between him and Braylon is very close. And obviously, if Breece Hall plays, you're putting Breece Hall in your lineup. And then at the flex spot, it'd be close between these two. I think that's what you're implying. I think I have Devontae Smith slightly higher. I understand it's a little bit more of a projection, but yeah, I have Devontae Smith at 28, and I have Marv at 31 as of right now. So I would actually go with Devontae Smith. I'll put that in there. Maple Serple, again, another super. Appreciate that. We got Malik Neighbors, and I believe my next highest. Oh, you have Zach Charbonnet here. Nice. Okay, we're putting Charbs in all the way. So another running back here. I mean, you could go Pacheco. Yeah, you're not going Pacheco over Dowdle. That's exactly how I would set it. Zach Charbonnet is a guy I have ranked as a top 10 running back this week. Kenneth Walker didn't practice yet again today. If Kenneth Walker's not going to go, we saw Zach Charbonnet in a full workhorse role last week, over 35 PPR points. And obviously we know the size, the physicality, the between the tackles ability. They ran a lot more man versus zone schemes this past week in terms of their run blocking scheme up front. Obviously we know with Zach Charbonnet more of a man gap type of runner. So yeah, and not to mention, I mean, 7 targets, 7 receptions, 59 receiving yards, the whole 9 yards there. So we're going to put that in there. Saj, when and I'm in the playoffs, not a super flex league. Gotcha. So I would go with Tua Tagovailoa here. I would go with Mike Evans here. Tight end, you're going to go with Cade Otton. And then at flex, really close call. I would go Cooper Kupp, but actually, because Cooper Kupp plays tonight, we're going to do this. We're going to put, who was the option there? Cortland Sutton. Yeah, we're going to put Cortland Sutton there. And then we're going to put Cooper Kupp in there. So let me just confirm. I have JSN and Cortland Sutton really close. I have Cortland Sutton at 14. I have JSN at 19, actually. So That's exactly how I would set your lineup. Again, good luck in your playoff, or sorry, clinching the playoffs. My apologies there, Saj. But we can move on to the next. Braylon Allen plus Breece Hall for Marv plus a 4. I already did the deal. I am the team with Marv. Good luck. Yeah, no, I already know you did the deal because I'm playing against the guy that you traded Breece Hall to. I mean, I told you my thoughts on this, to be honest, AJ. I appreciate the super, but you DM me and I gave you my response, but I'll give you another one. Again, appreciate you for submitting it on the site as well. It's funny because if you guys are unfamiliar, actually, AJ did ask me this in the overall DMs, but given your situation, because I believe you're not in the playoffs, I don't mind going with Marv, but at the same time, if you were on the playoffs, I would like the Breece side. So honestly, I know that's not really helping your case, but because I know the context of where you're in, I don't mind going with the Marvin Harrison Jr. side here, though. But yeah, that's a close call regardless. We got a start sit here, so we'll look at it. Quarterbacks. It looks like it's going to be a Dynasty League. We're going to go Jameis Winston over Kirk Cousins. And then at flex, we are going to go, I believe, Correndo. Let me take a look. So you're considering... Oh, you have Jerry Jeudy. Oh, and Jonathan Taylor. Okay. It's a full PPR league. Let me see where I have each of those guys respectively. I have Jerry Jeudy as my wide receiver 22 this week. I have Jonathan Taylor as my RB 18 against Denver. I think I lean JT because of the guaranteed touches, but it's so tough to bench Jeudy with how he's been playing, to be honest. Yeah, Tyler. I wonder who made the trade with him, eh? Yeah, no. The context there is I play against Flet in the Tone Setter Truthers League, who acquired Breece Hall and Braylon Allen to get a running back against me. So, yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, Flet, it made sense for you too. Your team was stacked with wide receiver. You needed running back production. I mean, I believe like if you didn't make the trade, it was like Ezekiel Elliott in your lineup. So you make that trade, you get a hammer regardless of Breece plays. Probably doesn't, but at the same time, Braylon Allen should give you about 10 to 15 points. So yeah, Puka and Kyron versus Jawan tonight. Yeah, that's gonna be a nail biter. That's gonna be a nail biter for sure. It's gonna be a nail biter. Jawan Jennings, if he pops off on me, I'm going to be pretty devastated. For the context, for those of you out there, this is a team where I have like 200 plus more points than everybody in the league, and I believe in the 5 seed. So it is pure chaos. It is pure chaos in that Tone Setter Truthers League. I mean, you have Kittle, McBride as the options here, but I mean, you're just going to go both, right? Like, yeah. As much as I like, James Conner and stuff, like George Kittle's such a smath. You know what? Here, let me do it like this, because Kittle is playing tonight. I would go George Kittle. He seems due for like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and I don't want to sit him this week, to be honest. Thinking I'm down 45-10 at the end of the night. Did beat you 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I don't lose again. If I'm one and done with that team, bro, I'm gonna be pretty sad. I'm going to be pretty sad. Probably not as sad as I was in the Flock League, but pretty sad regardless. Zach Charbonnet, I believe, is my next highest rated option here. Let me take a look. Yeah, okay, so you have Kenneth Walker in here. It does not look like Kenneth Walker's going to be playing, so we'll put Zay Flowers in the flex, and we'll put Zach Charbonnet in your RB slot. And then if Breece doesn't play, obviously you go with Braylon Allen. So, I mean, yeah, that's where I'd go. So... go to the next one. Another one from Majan. Appreciate you. Shout out Jeff. I mean, go blue if you're watching this. I know you are watching this because it will be submitted to your Flock DMs, but you are considering 3 wide receiver options, it looks like here. So let's take a look. You're going to go Zay Flowers for sure. You can go Devontae Smith. And then let me see who I believe I have Josh Downs as my next guy, but let me take a look. Josh Downs. Am I tripping? Where is he? Where is Josh Downs? Why is he so low? Oh God. Okay. Fantasy Pros buried him. Is he still week to week? I thought is he not back? Let me see. Let me take a look. He got upgraded to full participant on Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Let me live update these rankings. So who was the option between Debo and Josh Downs? I think I would comfortably take Josh Downs. And if we're placing him in these rankings, he would he would land at 33. It's a tough matchup against Denver. But at the same time, I mean, Josh Downs has just been so consistent when on the field. So I have him sandwiched currently between Marvin Harrison Jr. and Darnell Mooney for those of you out there. Again, apologies. Had some complications getting my rankings onto the site. They are mostly updated over in the weekly rankings manifesto, apart from the Josh Downs that was sneaking away, I guess, in Fantasy Pros. They had him buried at like 79th overall for some reason. But I will make sure that is all set for you guys. Don't worry. With that being said, we go Josh Downs there. And then Fredo, again, appreciate that. Need help finishing my lineup for this week. Should I play Garendo this week or wait for Charbonnet? Does sound like Charbonnet is going to be getting a spot start, and you do have Rico Dowdle as well. So I'm going Charbonnet here. You're putting in at wide receiver, obviously, Nico Collins. You're putting in at the other wide receiver, JSN, tight end McBride. And then the way I would play this, I mean, you're obviously going to be losing Garendo tonight, but you just have Rico Dowdle here. And if Rico Dowdle, wait, you also have T. Higgins too. Yeah, if T. Higgins. Okay, yeah, easy solution. If Walker plays, you play Rico Dowdle or JSN. If Walker doesn't play, then you have Zach Charbonnet there. So, yeah, that's what I play. Sorry, Rico and JSN. My apologies, but I will put Rico in for now. But like I said, if Kenneth Walker plays, just put Rico Dowdle in your RB slot and you put JSN in your flex, and you're more than golden. So appreciate you there. We are all caught up, I believe, on the site. Let me just hit the refresh button at the top just to make sure. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, we're gonna need these all game streaming on. Yeah, none of that. Let's ban user and delete their comments. None of that. None of that. And one of these snuck through, so I'm gonna delete the comment. But we will stop sharing the screen for now. Again, if any comments or questions come in, I will have it refreshed on the side. Let's get through some of these questions over on the YouTube chat. So, start Herbert or Tua. I have Vlad and HM. My opponent has Tyreek Hill, 1 PPR. I have Tua ranked higher than Herbert. Herbert's obviously dealing with, I believe, like I said, the knee injury. So Tua Tagovailoa is just playing very good football. So I would be playing him in that instance. On top of that, you do still have stack upside given the implied receiving upside that a guy like Devon Achane has this week. So Purdy or May, 6-point passing touchdown. I think you do have to go Brock Purdy, especially with the context that it's a 6-point. Bucky Irving or Garendo full PPR. Bucky Irving, I believe, did not practice today. So if you want to play it safe, put Garendo in, because I don't think it's a fully guarantee that Bucky Irving actually suits up this week. So again, let me just see the latest report, because the last one I saw is he didn't practice, but yeah, idle for another practice. He hasn't practiced all week from what it looks like. So with that being said, because Garendo plays tonight, you kind of have to put him in your lineup because you can't eat that 0. Made it in 4 out of 5 leagues. Good luck, Cody. Good luck, brother. I wish I could say the same, considering, yeah, you know the context. JMO, Devontae Smith. I believe I have Devontae Smith like 1 spot higher, but if you're not as convinced as I am that the Eagles' passing offense will bounce back, I don't mind going with Jameson Williams. They're close enough in my rankings. I'm personally a little bit more optimistic on the Eagles' offense bouncing back, but if you are more pessimistic, I don't mind going JMO. Hopefully that helped you a lot. 2 questions, standard league with modifiers, 40-yard reception or run 5 points, or with touchdown 8.5. Wow, that's funky settings. Start 1 Garendo, Neighbors, Jaden Reed. Start sit full PPR, Charbonnet or B-Rob. Assuming that Charbonnet has the backfield to himself, you got to go with Zach Charbonnet. He's a top 8, top 10 level running back in my rankings, if that's the case. On the other question, I believe I would play. Oh, that's Malik Neighbors. Yeah, I'd go with Malik Neighbors there, even with the quarterback situation. Half PPR, starting Herbert, Gibbs, Achane, Chase, Bowers, Chase Brown. Need to pick wide receiver 2. Options are McConkey, Marvin Harrison Jr., Waddle, Ridley. Just picked up Lad this week after someone dropped Lad McConkey. I mean, fair play. Lad McConkey, fireman, assuming he's fully healthy, ready to go. Obviously was banged up on this past slate. If he's ready to go, man, he's a top 15 level wide receiver in my rankings. So appreciate you there. Oh. Yo, what's good, Christian? Sorry, had to pound my chest a little bit there. Had a little cough that was about to come out, which is not good for a hernia. Perfect timing. Oh, just got back from eating. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First round of the playoffs, baby. Can't wait for Garendo to drop 40 tonight. Very well could, to be honest. He could either drop 40 or he could drop 4. Like, I don't know how to gauge it. I trust his talent, obviously, as you know. He was I believe, my RB9 in the class. I want to say RB9, RB10. So I was high on him coming out. I'll be starting Garendo. My other options are White and Pollard, who is now hurt. I would lean with Garendo out of those options, but I do really like Rashad White with Bucky Irving out, but I think I do lean Garendo there. But yeah. Yeah, and the reason why, by the way, Pollard would be the clear number one, but with Pollard, he didn't practice today. So, I mean, what you could do actually is you could wait till Sunday and see if what the reports on Pollard are, because I don't really see a big difference between White and Garendo. But if Pollard is fully healthy and ready to go, he would be the clear cut number one. So if you do want to play the waiting game, I don't mind waiting, because like I said, I think Rashad White and Garendo are close enough to make that pivot if you need to. So good ball soon, Daniel. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, brother. Big Nate. I submitted a question on Flock, asked for 3 wide receivers, but actually need floor. Oh, I did not know. I did not see that. I did not see that here. Here, leave it in the chat. What was the other option? Because I saw only 3 on the site. So sorry about that, Jeff. But if you have a follow up, leave it in the comments and I'll look at it. Did you make the playoffs, Danny? The most sickening fucking miss you'll ever see, actually. I lost by 1.8 points with a playoff spot on the line. Difference between being the 5 seed and the 10 seed. Lost by 1.8 because of the Cowboys muff punt. Yeah, I know. BTJ or Garendo, full PPR flex. So I have Garendo, like I said, Fringe RB2. BTJ, where do I have him this week? I have him at 24. Full PPR, I think you go BTJ, but that's really close. Like that's like RB 19 versus wide receiver 23 for me. PPR, I do lean BTJ because I think he's a little safer, but that's tough. It's a tough call. AO, wondering if I trade away Neighbors on a contending Dynasty League 12 team start. Neighbors for AJ Brown and Kittle. I just want to hold Neighbors. Unless like this move makes you the clear-cut championship favorite, sure, but I don't want to give up Neighbors. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to give him up. He's one of those players where unless I'm moving for like a Chase, a Jefferson, a Lamb, like I can't personally. I know like you can fully argue the production value of the other side is worth it, but I can't do it. Can't do it. Like if you're the top contender and like getting Kittle being that difference making tight end is going to take you over the top, I think that's a really solid value too. But Malik Neighbors, bro. Like start Garendo or Dowdle. Give me Rico Dowdle all day against Carolina this week. Wait, where is Batman? I'm Batman. All right. Yeah, you missed my voice, eh? Yo, boys, full PPR, Garendo or Pollard. Pollard, very negative reports. I believe he didn't practice again today, like we kind of mentioned earlier. So I think you got to go with Garendo because of the possibility that he does not suit up. So Garendo leads us to glory. Hey, a lot of people are starting Isaac Garendo from the looks of it tonight. So good luck and God bless. Garendo or Breece Hall. Does not sound like Breece Hall is going to be playing. Unfortunately, didn't practice yet again with a knee injury that he did miss last week with. So if you have no other pivot options, you go with Isaac Garendo there, Hector. So everyone's starting. Yeah, everybody's starting him apparently. Can't decide who to bench this week. Need to sit one, CD, Higgins, or Sutton. It'd be close between Higgins and Sutton for me. I would sit Higgins out of those options. He does have the toughest matchup going up against Tennessee. So who should I start? Garendo, Pollard, or Walker? I mean, it doesn't sound like either are going to be playing between Pollard and Walker, so I would go with Garendo. Unless you have like a pivot, like you have Charbonnet or you have Tajay Spears. Okay, at that point, maybe you wait on one of those options. But assuming you don't have one of those options, you kind of got to go Isaac Garendo and not eat the 0. What are you guys planning to do? Some deep dives into the rookie class, especially some of the deeper league options. In terms of the rookie class, we're probably going to start watching film right after the bowl games are done, trying to get ahead on that draft guide, at least for February. So that is the plan. Contemplating seeing Garrett Wilson for Garendo. What do you guys think? So Garendo versus Wilson. I think you got to go with Wilson. Oh, you absolutely got to go Wilson. He plays Jacksonville all day. Let me see if Majin said anything. And this all game streaming on can stop. Nope, none of that. All game. What CFB game is? I mean, hey, you want to talk shit about the CFP in Michigan, buddy? You lost to us. That's fucking embarrassing. You want to talk shit about the college football playoff? Where's Michigan playing? Guess what? We're playing in a situation where your own fucking representative had to make flag planting illegal in your state. We shouldn't be talking about Michigan right now if you're an Ohio State fan, buddy. Get through Tennessee. That's my response. We were resting for the playoffs. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are resting in. You ask anybody on Ohio State, their biggest game of the year is Michigan. They don't give a fuck about the playoffs in comparison to Michigan. So let's relax there. I mean, good fun when you're talking shit when you're ahead. When you're talking shit when you're behind, you're just barking. You're barking at a wall at that point. Where do we leave off? Sorry. Start talking about Michigan. I think it was right here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is where we were. Also, how low is Myers with Ritter starting? Yeah, that is actually good context. I'm gonna have to lower him down a little bit. Did have him at 27, but with the news of Ritter, probably 32 is where I'd end up. No, 33, because I would actually start Josh Downs over him. So yeah, that is good context, to be fair. Where Bush at? He had a hockey game. Jawan Jennings or Chuba Hubbard in the flex. I would go Chuba Hubbard there. No Jonathan Brooks. He's going to get a ton of work. Yeah, I just feel safe about his workload. Pat Fryermuth or Jake Ferguson. I would slightly go Jake Ferguson, but they're pretty similar projections without Dak on the field. Watch Abanikanda start next week for some reason. Yeah, I wouldn't put a past Kyle Shanahan to do some fuckery like that, to be honest. So I don't mind that show. I have PPR pick 2 most reliable. Higgins, BTJ, Harris, Smith, and Tracy. Most reliable. I mean, it's probably Higgins. It's probably Higgins and Tracy. Yeah, half PPR, Higgins and Tracy. Higgins and Tracy and a half PPR. He is who's a Lions fan? That's jokes. Where do we leave off? Sorry. It's a lot easier to sort down when you got Bushy Boy in here too. Where? Right here? Yeah, right here. Patrick Taylor or Brandon Cooks. That's so hard to answer without the context of how healthy Garendo is. I mean, do we trust the Shanahan reports that he's fully healthy? Or do we go with Cooks against Carolina? I think I go Cooks. Oh, man. That's a tough call, though. That is a tough call because that could look stupid. Fucking Garendo re-aggravates the ankle. And, oh, what do you know? Patrick Taylor gets what? Fucking 18 touches. So that's the risk. But at the same time, Cooks could always catch a touchdown like we saw 2 weeks ago. So Herbert or Stafford, I would go with Stafford with the context that Herbert is banged up. Sincere McCormick, Braylon Allen, or Isaiah Davis in a full PPR. I like Isaiah Davis against Jacksonville this week. I think Sincere McCormick and Braylon Allen are obviously very close there, but with Isaiah Davis, we did see him score the touchdown last week. We did see him get one more target than Braylon Allen. Again, I think it's a 50-50 type of workload, but we saw Isaiah Davis score the touchdown. That's kind of where I'm leaning between him and Braylon. So a lot of people are going to say Braylon, but I actually do prefer Isaiah Davis to him. Half PPR, would you ever go Sharps over Achane, Brown, Gibbs, or Jacobs? Let me see where I have these guys ranked, because they are all like back to back. Okay, so Chase Brown, Achane, Jacobs, Gibbs. Listen to this. I have Chase Brown at 5. I have Devon Achane at 6. I have Josh Jacobs at 7. I have Jahmyr Gibbs at, I have Jahmyr Gibbs at 9, and I have Zach Charbonnet at 8. Sorry, correction. I actually did make that switch. So if you don't have the guts to play Charbonnet over Gibbs, I don't blame you. But I do technically have Charbonnet at 8 and Gibbs at 9. It's tough because Buffalo is such a smash matchup for running backs, and obviously we know how efficient Gibbs is. But if we're looking at the comparative workloads between all these guys, he's definitely got the lowest. So I don't envy your position, man. That is, I mean, maybe go. I still lean Charbonnet. That's how I have it. But God damn, how do you have that decision? Mahomes, Bo Nix, then Kupp, Wilson. Should I start 2, then flex 1 wide receiver? Or should I? You got to put Mahomes in the super flex if that's the option there all day. And we need the fucking bots to stop fucking around. We need the bots to piss off. All right, so it does look like the game is actually on, what, 8:15, I believe, or it's about to be on at least. I don't actually have the stream pulled up. Let me take a look. Yeah, the game just started, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like. Let me take actually one last refresh here just to see if anything came through. Hopefully we can get, yeah, okay. It looks like we're all set on the site. Again, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. Appreciate you guys all for making it to this point. Again, 121 of you strong in the stream at this point, about 40 minutes in. Would have liked to get out a little bit earlier, but I was taking care of the hernia, so can't go for too long. But yeah, with that being said, peace out. We will see you guys. Next time I'll see you is on Saturday, because I'll be putting out the wide receiver rankings. Tomorrow, if you guys are tuning in for the channel, we do have, I believe, the running back rest of season rankings coming out. So hopefully that situates you guys, and good luck in your playoff spots. It officially starts tonight. Or sorry, playoff spots. Good luck in your playoffs. It officially starts tonight. We got to rack these W's and get that championship, baby. Let's ride. And stream.